So what we're going to do right now is learn a little bit about how the clock works and how to actually read a clock. So I'm going to start first with explaining how we learn the minutes. Now, in 1 hour, there is 60 minutes. Just like in 1 minute, there is 60 seconds. Now, how many seconds is there in a minute? There's 60 seconds in a minute. And how many minutes is there in an hour? Let me see. Karina, how many minutes are in an hour? There is 60 minutes in an hour. That is correct. Now, the way that we read the minutes on the clock is when we see an analog clock, remember, because this is called an analog clock. Can you guys repeat after me? Analog clock, yes. In an analog clock, we see the numbers from 1 through 12. And in between the numbers, we have little lines. Those represent the minutes of a clock. So whenever there is a number, the large numbers, there is 5 in between. So each number represents 5. So when we're at the 1, it counts for 5 minutes because there is 5 little dots in between. So let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 at the 1. So then we go, let's count by 5s now. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, and 60. Because how many minutes is there in an hour? 60 minutes in an hour. Now, since we're talking about the 60 minutes in an hour and us being at 60, do we see a time that says 60? For example, if I have my hour hand at 2 o'clock, at 2, and my minute hand at 12, do we read it to 60? No, that's right, we don't. Because 60 is the start of a new time or minute. So here it's at 2 o'clock, it's at 2, and it's at the 12th, so it reads 2 o'clock. So now, what was the 60 again? Does 60 count as 0 at 60, or does it count as 0? That's right, it counts as 0. Now, I'm going to go ahead and write a time on the board for us, and I want Mariel to give me the time so we can write it on our analog clock. Okay, Mariel, can you tell me the time that my clock reads? Almost. So let's go ahead and see this carefully. Now with your pencil, what you can do is you can drag the number. It's between 5 and 6, but it hasn't hit the 12 yet, so it's still 5 o'clock. So you got that right. It is 5 o'clock. But now let's extend our minute hand. It's right in between 40 minutes and 45 minutes. So we're going to count the numbers in between. We're going to go 40, 41, 42. So the time that my clock reads right now is 5:42.